Hello everyone, we're back, and I want to get into the next screen with Matt and Sue here talking about it. And Matt, you've given us a great overview of the decision screen, which is the barrier to entry for promotion, for SEO, keyword data, and this is all going to come into play on the next screen, right?
Yeah, so just to reiterate what we did, we created our empire, we created our first site within the empire for Sarah, and now what we're going to do is we're actually going to get the keyword decision screen in the Silo Framework tab, and we're going to import our keywords in over here.
Okay, so you just clicked on the Silo Framework tab in the upper left-hand part of the screen.
Yeah.
And this is where everything really happens, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where we start building out the silo architecture, the heart, the foundation, the core of the whole business. And this is where we put our business hats on and we think, where do we want to invest in? What keywords do we want to invest money into rank for them? People build sites generally, they throw everything into a pot in the hope something sticks with no rhyme, no reason.
That's absolutely correct.
Where you can actually create a silo structure, a single silo with 5 to 10 supporting articles in that structure, and you can demolish many sites that are around you.
Shh.
Just because you're clearly focused on the whole process.
Don't tell anyone.
So over here,
Sue's laughing over. Nothing. Sue's like, I can't believe we're going public with this. Right. All right, continue, Matt.
Silo Framework is broken up into two parts: the basic screen and the advanced screen. And there's two distinctions over here when we bring our keywords in. Basically, while we're on the Silo Framework screen and not the advanced Silo Framework screen, we can see over here where we're at. It gives you less columns.
What are we on right now? We're on basic, right?
We're on the Silo Framework. It's
okay.
not the advanced Silo Framework.
This is advanced or basic?
This is basic.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. What kind of a person should be using which? Give me a profile. Like, I'm kind of intermediate to advanced. I'm not as advanced as you guys. Well, what should Joe SEO, who's been in business for a year and a half, a two-man shop, be using?
It depends what he's doing. If he wants to see all the PPC data, then go to advanced because it gives you all the data plus your PPC data.
Oh, okay.
If you're not too bothered about the PPC data and all that other additional stuff, and all the numbers make you confused, then limit your view down to looking at fewer columns with less numbers. It makes it much easier to process what you're looking at.
Okay, so what would I use instead of pay-per-click data?
This gives you your search volume, but remember, we've taken the conventional search volume and competing pages, and we've used that to actually build out your whole business grid. We're taking on each row, we can actually see the conversions, the time to rank, the suggested backlinks you need, the suggested articles you need to build to actually get ranked for that silo, the cost of what it's going to cost you, and how much potential money. Okay. So we're looking at a keyword from a business perspective.
All right, you'll have to show me. I pretty much get it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the keyword data. Okay. Now, we took a decision on DWS to make it a universal data importer. And basically, you can import data from everywhere. So we've got the Kraken, keyword elites, last keyword tool, market samurai, niche finder, SEO Mirage type of keyword. So what you do is you match your data set to whatever you want to import. We've got guys working with us now. We've increased the team. If you have got keywords from different tools that you want to use in the system, you only need your competing pages in phrase match, the keyword, and your search volume. And you need to tell us if it's monthly or daily search. That's what we need to know. And we can actually build that into the system for you, so you can just hoover that file in, and it's got to be a CSV file.
Okay. So if I have a different kind of keyword tool, I can really just contact and we'll add it.
Yes.
I love that. That's really cool.
We'll just build it in. So the system actually becomes totally universal with what tools you like to work with.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. So I'm just going to import some keywords here for Sarah. I've gone to Kraken. I've drilled out the market makeup artist. Obviously, I use Kraken for particular reasons. It's my favorite tool.
Sure.
And I'm getting it from the Kraken Vomit screen.
Better be your favorite tool.
So we're going to import this in, and when it reloads, it's going to take us back to the keyword decision screen. And you can see we brought in 88 keywords from that keyword list.
Okay, so you're looking at total projected keywords up in the top, and then you got clusters, love it. Cluster ID, profile ID, gotcha.
So these two IDs are this unique. That's the total amount of keywords that we have. At the moment, we've got no filters set. This filter is a very powerful filter. It's what we call a sticky filter. Depending on what empire and what website you are within your empire, it always remembers the last filter that you set. So you can leave one project, go work on another one.
Oh, nice.
And when you come back, it knows where you left it off.
I love that, because I hate softwares where I leave and I come back and my original setting was gone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's really a pain.
So that's got.
So this is going to stick. That's great. Good job, you guys.
Also with the keywords, it's a wildcard search. So anything that contains a specific keyword, it'll bring the prefix or the suffix. Prefix,
Excellent.
suffix means any word in the front or at the end of the actual word, creating a word string.
Excellent.
So we can filter by competing pages, by a range. We can filter by all the keywords, silos, categories, or supporting articles. So you can really segment. And I'll show you how I do this quickly in a few minutes. And then we can filter by cost. So if the client can only afford to spend 10 grand, that's the full budget they have. You just fill that in there and you press submit. And what that's going to do is it will show you, it'll bring back only the keywords that fit within the client's range for when you start mapping out the whole website. So you can actually control what you're building. And if a client comes to you with $5,000 and he wants to own debt, you just can say to him, sorry, you can't afford it.
Wow.
The system's going to tell you.
Or you can show him what long tails of debt he can own for that amount of money.
Yes.
So it's not. It depends on what they're trying to accomplish
Exactly.
with the empire parameters, which we talked about in the beginning.
Yep.
So that's what we talked about before. Is like you might discover that wow, this is a richer market than I thought. That's happened to me. Or it's more of a micro niche where you can go for a few things, but then you might want to scale down your goals. It's really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Matt.
Cool. So what we got here is the Business and Filters Rules tab, and I wanted to show you one thing. This is a new feature that we've built into this version, and this is where we can actually use the average page rank of all the guys ranked in that page from 1 to 10. We can say on average the page rank is X, and looking at Sarah's market, the average page rank is 4 for her market. What this does is, this is very, very important, it actually scales your development costs, and it increases or decreases the barrier to entry based on the page rank. So we're not only looking at all the other factors, we're also factoring in page rank, which is very important. There's no one that does this.
Is it doing a page rank for individual keywords? Is it doing for all of them? I don't really understand this feature. You guys want to explain it to me? Individual keyword one at a time?
Yes.
Global keyword?
It's going to look at your market. What you're doing is you're putting in a market indicator here. Okay, so you're saying this is either a difficult market, an easy market, or somewhere in between. And so what it's going to do is, it's an incredible thing.
Yeah, you tell me all about it.
It's going to scale based on where you are on your website, whether you're on the sale landing page, or if you're in the category, or if you're in the supporting article level. It's going to scale that cost up or down depending on how competitive your market is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the algorithm you guys have been writing for the last 30 days.
Yep, that's why you haven't seen us,
Yeah.
and why we've lived in Starbucks.
And why you and why you were locked in that room.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see if I understand this. I don't know if you can answer this now because I know we're in constant development. We're teaching people how to come up with this number right here on the decision screen?
Yes,
Okay.
in the members area, we'll show you a couple of different ways.
We'll leave it out of this recording in
Yeah.
case because I know we're automating it more and more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
The other cool feature we got here is the golden niche identifier. So I like this feature to see where opportunities are. So I can basically come here and say any keyword that has got less than 10,000 pages that can make me more than $500 per month, I want to know about it. And what it's going to do in your keyword decision grid is going to put a big gold star right at the end next to the money, so it stands out. You just basically see.
Hey, you
that.
stole this from the last keyword tool.
So that works very, very well.
I'm giving you a hard time, Dave.
So here's our settings we set in when we set up the project. They're still there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just going to click update. It's going to take us back to the screen, and then we can start looking through the
Excellent.
rows of data.
Okay. Great. So there's golden niche and everything.
Right.
Did not know that.
Here we got makeup artist. This was the parent theme keyword we put in.
Right.
That's
That's your
sitting-
main idea.
Yeah, it's sitting right at the top.
I got to add, guys, also, this is UK based. We never even talked about that with the guys and gals listening. So can you pull in any type of currency or just what's it limited to?
Any country, any search engine.
Hello? That's something you might have told me.
Oh.
You mean I can?
Internationally available?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I better, quick like a bunny, run over and change the sales copy. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
All right, so any currency is good, right, Matt?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, continue.
Right. So I'm going to explain the concept. On the left here, we've got where our silo frame is going to get mapped out as we build it. At the bottom here, we're going to get an analysis of the averages for all the things like our potential conversions, our conversion rates, search volume, pay-per-clicks, the pay-per-click cost, the monthly PPC and the annual PPC. And as we start adding keywords to our blueprint, our budget will indicate us how much money we actually got left as we start building the whole website out.
So what's happening here is, this is my dream. It has been my dream for a while. I think it's kind of here. You will watch your silo categories and your overall blueprint grow in value, price, profitability as you add things.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
So what we got here is a bunch of icons. So the first thing is, when we want to move a keyword across, we usually check the first row check boxes. The second row here is to actually exclude a page from, or keyword from, a promotion. What that means is, say now in your framework you want to put a wedding, which is huge. It's like millions of pages.
It's a huge master vertical theme.
Yeah.
But you don't want to affect the budget.
But you can't afford it.
Yeah.
You just check that second checkbox and it excludes it, and it doesn't factor that into the actual
Excellent.
costings.
That's
So
right.
that page becomes a placeholder. It's just basically
I love that.
one
That's
page you
great.
put in, and then you can map everything out of it.
So that way, if I'm an agent and I'm working with a client, I don't have, when I go into the boardroom to reveal my budget, I don't have to include that in and have them like,
Freak out.
because it's happening in Kraken sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like those top vertical market themes is like $22.9 trillion a year or
Yeah.
something. You want to take, like, it's like the word car or something
Right.
like that. So you want to take those out, and you can, and
Yep.
still leave them into your silo store.
Right.
I love that. Okay, very cool.
So the first
Very cool.
icon of here is our keyword quality score, and this is something we've been working on for quite some time. That's why we've not spoken much about it. But essentially what the screen does is, when you click on it, it opens up a page, and it actually drops into the universe of that keyword, and it takes you through the sales process, and it's what we call the traffic to sales funnel.
Can I give you a confession?
Yes?
This is my favorite button on the whole screen. But I know we shouldn't cover it because I want my own video to cover it.
Yeah, we're going to do another one, but I just
Okay.
want to give the guys an idea.
Okay.
This is basically what we call traffic to profit,
Yep.
and it scores a keyword. It puts them through 17 particular checks that we look at each keyword, so you can
Yes.
really go look at all the things. You can see how this keyword operates in your universe, your business universe.
Yeah, it's like the Market Samurai keyword profitability indicator on steroids. Like, it's like 10 times more powerful. No offense to my friends at Market Samurai, but it's just like really, really cool.
But the idea is that we look at each one of those 17 steps when we're evaluating whether that flag on the end should be green or red.
Right. So what I hear you saying is that green flag, that money, that cash, that profitability indicator is going through some major deep intelligence.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at that intelligence, all you got to do is click on those little bars.
You can, because sometimes you end up with a red flag over there.
And you want to know why.
And it's a keyword that you really, 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 really want.
Not that that's ever happened to me.
No, never. So you can look in there and go, okay, what is it that I would need to change
Exactly.
in order to make this keyword pass my requirements?
That's right. Or determine that you're going to go for it anyways, change your business decision, or
Right.
say, okay, that's the reason the software comes back and tells me that. And
And
damn
it
the
really
torpedo.
is a bad keyword.
Or
and I
damn the
really-
torpedoes full speed ahead, whatever.
Yeah,
But at least you
exactly.
know why.
You know why.
Okay, very, very good.
Yeah.
And we're not liable for anybody who proceeds with the red flag. The red.
That's their choice. So
Okay, very cool.
the next one is where we can update our competitor data. So if you clicked on that, what it does is brings up a screen where you can tweak things out. So if you find that you're not happy with the competing pages of a certain page, sometimes
Yeah.
software tools give you numbers that just don't make sense.
Oh, you can change it.
Yeah.
You just
Oh,
go in
that's
there,
lovely.
You tweak it, and that'll automatically, you can change the search volume, and you can change the actual competing pages. And what this does is it will influence that keyword, and when the page reloads, it will rank, filter, and sort, and put it in the appropriate place on your grid. Remember, this screen ranks through our algorithm that runs over here. It essentially ranks, sorts everything in the grid out of all the keywords we've imported in, and brings the best keywords and floats them to the top.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, let me ask you this, Matt. On that thing you just showed me, which I didn't even know existed, I'm embarrassed to say. That little thing right there, does it automatically, will it adjust the red or the green flag based on that? So if I'm like, okay, this competing page came from tool X, I won't mention any names,
Right.
and it's wrong,
Right.
and I want to put a new thing in, and it fills in the parameters, then the flag will turn to green if it was red before? Okay,
You
can.
that's nice to know.
Yeah, it's totally
customizable.
It
Yes.
reshuffles that keyword, and because remember, everything that this keyword decision screen does in the Silo framework is it works at your conversions. What does this keyword mean to my business? So if I look at this keyword Mac Makeup, it's essentially a supporting article due to the low competing pages they have, but it's worth a lot of money. by looking at this little icon. I'll speak to that shortly.
We haven't talked about that yet, so be careful here.
But
I can't wait
this
to get there.
keyword is sitting right at the top, and it's because of how much a keyword's actually worth.
Gotcha. Okay. But that's all I wanted to know. It's a very simple question. If I change it, yes, it will recalibrate the actual profitability.
So if I change that to like 10 million over here, that keyword will probably drop.
Yeah, of course. And you answered my question. It will change. Okay, let's move on to the next tab.
So these icons here essentially tell you where in the layer it works. So
I just have to say, you guys, thank you so much for this. Like, this tool is like crazy. I just had an overwhelming desire to say thank you. I also have to say, because this column that Matt has created is about to talk about is 5 years in development. It's a website silo architecture. It's revolutionary, and there's going to be a tendency for people listening to not understand how much time and money went into creating it. So I just want to thank you guys both during this discussion. Now, Matt, tell us what this is, and don't get us started.
Right. This column, we've segmented the whole keyword list into a hierarchy. So what happens is, if it's an S, it means silo. If it's a SA, it's a supporting article. If it's a C, it's a category. So we can see where in the actual structure that keyword does actually belong. Now, it's quite interesting that at the lower end of my website, I've got low competing pages. It's highly profitable, and there's hardly any competing. It's got tons of traffic as well for Mac Makeup. That's very interesting. I would essentially consider breaking that out into a site of its own and building out something specific for Mac if they had a affiliate product.
Even so, with the way that you've currently got the competing pages configured, and this is adjustable, that's over there on that other screen. So you've decided that something like 1 million pages is what you're going to want to look at for a silo.
Just for our users, I'll take us back.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's on the business rules and filters, and it's in the silo structure settings. We've got 1 million pages for our silos. Anything greater than 1 million, anything between 500,000 and 1 million is our categories, and our supporting keywords are anything less than 500,000. That's what we just set as a default.
Right. And the reason we've got those in there as adjustable figures is because everybody works in a different size market. If you're working on a market size, then obviously those numbers are going to be a lot bigger. If you're working on a niche, those numbers might be even smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Your silo could essentially start at 500,000, 200, anything between 500 and 200,000 is my categories.
It's probably too much in this audio for me to ask questions for people about how you set those, or do we want to cover that in another video?
No, we just wanted this. I think,
okay.
the point
that's
is,
a huge point that we have to answer.
Yeah, I think we should cover that in a video on its own.
Okay.
But this is it's scalable. We can adjust anything in the grid, and it'll change how the keyword structure actually sits.
The bottom line, guys, is that I want everyone listening to know that what Matt's doing here is that everything on the left side of the screen is the keyword decision screen, which is the that site is called what, the silo framework. Yeah. This allows us to determine where it belongs within that silo framework.
Yes.
Whether you choose it or not is a whole different topic, and we're going to talk about that here.
Yeah.
I just love that. That's what blows me away about this. Is like, I mean, never before have we had this function where it just tells you where it belongs. I mean, on the Kraken blueprint, we had the ability for it to just put it there, right?
Yeah.
And we had different things, but this is a feat. This is an invention.
Yeah.
This is major.
And it allows you to make more of a decision, an intelligent decision.
Financially.
Yeah.
Promotionally.
Yeah.
Syndication-wise.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff I could make up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So then what we have next year is our buyer's intent indicators.
Now this, I'll let you guys talk. I'm sorry, I'm too excited to talk.
This is very cool. What we've done is we created an algorithm that actually shows you if the keyword's got a high buyer's intent, if it's got a medium buyer's intent, and if it's an information keyword. I was going to see if there's a keyword icon over here that shows us that actually.
No.
So let's just flip to the next page. Nothing there. I'll have to import some more keywords, but what this does is it shows us, it'll show you a little page. Should I import some more keywords?
Sure, if you have them. It sure does look like there's a lot of educational keywords in the hair market.
No, there aren't any educational keywords.
I'm sorry,
in
what
that
were those
list.
secondary numbers?
They were, they're moderately, they've got a moderate buyer's intent.
So if you hover over it, this one's, for Mac Makeup, you're paying £5.15 per click. Its intent is high.
You're hovering over that, so it gives you the pop-up.
Yeah.
All right.
If we go down to Makeup Artist, it's 45p.
Cheap, yeah.
So it's got a big difference. I'm going to quickly move in another data set here for us
Excellent.
to add to our list. So this is how easy it is. I'm essentially just coming across here, I'm going to bring in some wedding stuff.
Yeah, wherever you have it on your desktop, just import that. This is a Kraken involvement. That means I pulled it out of our keyword tool, which I recommend that you buy, of course. Stop kicking me.
And there's changed the game again. We've added more data, and we can see that makeup's actually come in. That is worth
what does it say?
If I was in that business, it'd be $147,000.
Yeah, that's a vertical, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can probably check that off as a vertical silo. I wouldn't include that in my cost.
Well, you're looking at the British market.
Oh, never mind. I would.
You could take it.
Yeah.
One thing I want to show you as well, we've got an on and off switch over here, which I haven't covered. And if some keywords don't appear that you're looking for, just check that and it'll show you everything.
Yes, that's proven to be very important for me. I like a global view sometimes, and I'll kick back to it. Make sure I'm not missing any profitabilities either.
So
you won't miss anything that's profitable.
Oh, that's right, because profit floats up, right?
See, it's pulled. Now you've got red flagged keywords in there where you didn't.
Actually,
before.
You would pull away non-profitable keywords that have been removed from the screen.
Right.
Yeah, of course. All right.
So there's just not too many educational keywords in this market, is what it amounts to.
This market, they just spend money in it.
Yeah,
So
which makes sense. It's the makeup market.
Yeah, gotcha. But it's a wonderful tool that it provides. I mean, it's just like it tells us you guys wrote this while we were here. Matt was here this month. So the bottom line is this: give it to me in a nutshell. You get dollar bills. It's literally a money keyword. And what am I looking at there?
It's a dollar bill change.
And that's like, what does that mean?
It's pennies to a few dollars.
Yeah,
it's moderate.
It's moderately profitable 10.
Yeah.
And then there's education, which is not here, which we'll go over.
We're going to do eyeglasses.
Before Matt leaves, we're going to do a whole video on this thing alone.
Okay.
So just to close this off.
Yeah, we should probably wrap this up soon.
Yeah, what we're going to do here now is we can basically see row by row how much conversions that keyword can make for our business, how long it's going to take us to get ranked for, how many backlinks we need, and how many supporting articles we need.
All right, I have to slow you down because those are so important.
Oh my goodness.
We're looking at conversions. So that's how many sales you're actually looking to make off of this keyword.
Yes.
Time to rank, that's in months. So you're looking at ranking for makeup
and they can hover
in
over
less than 2 years.
In less than 2 years.
And you're looking at how many supporting backlinks, that's inbound links to your page in order to be able to rank for that website.
Wow.
And the next thing, you're looking at the supporting articles you need on your website in order to be able to, and those two things go together, right? The inbound links and the supporting articles on your page, those will work synergistically to get you ranked.
And it's going to cost us £6,000.
And that cost is based on the number, your business rules, how much you said an inbound link was going to cost you and an article was going to cost you.
And that page rank function too plays into that? Or
yes.
Okay. And one of the things we haven't shown on this screen is how to add it to the silo. I think we should come back in another video.
Sure.
Well, I was going to do it now. That takes 2 seconds.
Okay, well, it's a pretty huge file, but I mean, it's
and then you've got revenue monthly. You're looking at the amount of money, once you're ranked, what this keyword is going to make you on a monthly basis.
Based on your business rules.
Whether you're going to recoup your initial investment in a 2-month or a 12-month period.
Okay, so let's slow down. 2 month means profitability in 2 months, very likely.
ROI?
Okay, profitability in 12 months, also, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you go down to this one where it's got an X first and dollar bill, what's the word makeup artists?
Yes.
That means that you're not going to recoup your investment, or your client's not going to recoup their investment in 2 months, but 12 months, no problem.
Yeah.
So your client can make a decision at that point. It's like 12 months, I'm willing to go for it.
Exactly.
This is so cool.
And then the green flag is whether or not overall it passes or fails your business rules.
And if you don't like it, you go over to the the bars and you drill into it and see why we said no.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also your budget, if it fits in your budget.
Exactly.
So if a person hasn't got enough money but he needs the extra $3,000, you can look at that and say, okay, actually, you know what, I'll find that money if he really wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So to summarize on this stage, what the screen does is it gives us an overview of keyword by keyword, blow by blow, what keywords are the most important, which keywords make the most money, which keywords have high buyer's intent, low buyer's intent, or medium buyer's intent, which are informational keywords. We can see where they fit into the silo structure, and it brings the whole story very clearly, and the best keywords float to the top.
All right, I actually need to take a break. It's just so amazing. Really, it's like for the first time we've ever talked it through because we've been working so hard on it. I don't want to move any silo stuff until the next video because I would just blow my circuit. We'll see you guys on the next video and we'll talk more about silo moving, which we haven't touched on yet.